Is Monday night, and you are on the Bilsy show or the Bilsy show. I'm not sure, but we're going to figure it out. Of course, I have the main man Henry with me on a Monday night as usual.
That was nowhere near as disgusting as what Bilsy says.
No, I told you, I'm not there.
I wasn't vibing that, bro. I really wasn't. You got to do better than that.
Yeah, finally. Hey, Critter. Yeah, we are late because I'm pushing the button tonight and I'm not as quick. We don't have a Bilsy tonight, but we do have a very special guest. We have Troy from Brisbricks. Hey, Troy.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Troy, for those playing at home, is the event coordinator for BBX, which is fast becoming one of the biggest shows in the country. So we're gonna chat.
You said it was better than Brickvention, didn't you, Bilza?
Do you know what? In my opinion, it absolutely is, because it's about 22 hours closer to me than Brickvention is. So
there's way less Victorians too, right? There's way less Victorians as well.
Way less Victorians, absolutely.
I'm in. Well, me in.
Actually, so far there's way less Victorians because there's getting more and more every year. So, you know, who knows? You're
going to do something about that.
Every time winter rolls around.
Yeah. So those rolling in, the stragglers that are joining us, it is Monday. It is the Bilsy show, and no, he is not here. It is his boss lady's birthday, so he's off doing the husbandly duties. But Henry and I are, of course, here. Mrs. Bilsy's birthday, that's correct. We are here, and we are joined by Troy, who is the events coordinator for BBX, which is coming up in just 2 short weeks. Troy, you must be, I can see you've already pulled all your hair out, so you must be a little bit stressed over the last minute stuff, but you must be excited as well.
Oh yeah, look, there's always lots going on 2 weeks out from a major event like this. Plenty of hours doing spreadsheets and chasing people for last minute bits of information and that. So
yep,
it's coming together. It's coming together nicely.
Yeah, I certainly don't envy you. Event coordination is a skill within itself, so you're doing quite well.
Oh, thank you. So,
this is where you tell Troy. This is where you tell Troy that you haven't actually started your build and you're resubmitting your mock because you're not going to finish, isn't it? This is where you tell him on air, so you get out of it.
I have started. I'm struggling to know whether I'll get it finished, but that's all right. We all know that most mocks are finished in the last hours before they go into the boot of the car. So come on, we're all the same. We all play that game.
Or at the room.
Yeah.
Look at Snowlana chiming
or at
in.
the room is it?
Look at Snowlana, Troy. Sorry, Snowlana is your equivalent in Sydney. Look at her chiming in. Coordinating a Lego event is super fun. Please, you're the PE teachers in the Lego world.
Not stressful at all.
Obviously doing a different.
Jason.
No, look, as I said, the event's growing.
Yep. A few people in the chat that are coming to BBX as well. I can see. Jason Carpenter just said his build has made it safely to Bris Vegas. Hopefully it's all in one piece. And, yeah, hopefully you make it too, buddy. It'd be good to catch up with you, Jason. Helena, of course, is coming up from Sydney. So who else?
20% of the exhibitors are.
Yeah, wow, that's good odds. BBX is getting bigger and bigger. So it's getting that interstate.
Yeah.
We're
up 23% on exhibits from last year.
Oh, that's good.
And 10% exhibitors from last year.
Yeah, wow. So great, and it's only year number 2 for BBX since the new format, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. This is our second year.
Yep. Awesome.
We've got about 250 tables of Lego.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So this is your first BBX, Henry?
Yeah, my first BBX. Man, I'm the worst. I am the worst of I literally, if the show's not like literally 30 minutes within from my house, I'd struggle to even entertain the thought of going. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I'm terrible, mate. Man, I've never even done a brickvention. I've never even done a brickvention. Put it that way.
I've done it a couple of times now. I do like to do Queensland shows though. It's a very different atmosphere up here. I do like to do Queensland shows, and of course we have Canberra coming up at the end of October as well. So that's always good value. Henry's registered for Inner West Brick Fair.
Isn't it on the same day? Is it on the same day, Helena?
No, it's in a few weeks, isn't it? Because Helena's up here for BBX.
Oh, is she? What's the date of BBX?
What is the date of BBX, Troy?
9th and 10th.
It's not this weekend, next.
10th.
Oh, no. Well, nah.
Yeah.
So one more weekend to Inner West Brick Fair is the 10th. There you go. One more week to finish your build. Weekend rather, 2 weeks. 1 weekend to finish your build, and then BBX kicks off. So it'll be hectic fun. And
it'll be organised chaos.
Yeah. Anything you want to add in or talk about for BBX, Troy? So where are we having it, and what's the go?
It's well, obviously, for those who were last year, it's the same venue as last year, which is the exhibition building at the R&A Showgrounds. We got the slightly different setup this year with our parking. Not that it means much for the paying public, but certainly for the exhibitors, and that it's going to be easier this year. We actually access the car park directly off Gregory Terrace, so you don't have to go down that side street and around the back.
Yep.
So that'll be easier. We've tweaked the floor plan. Still got the nice big load-in area where you can drive up into the building to unload the exhibits and then drive down to the car park area.
Yep.
So it's just little tweaks from last year. Like obviously last year was the first year there, so we did a lot of planning before we got there. But as like with any event, there's little things you learn along the way. So we're tweaking that for this year and see how we go.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I must admit I'm looking forward to it. Not just the AFOL catch-up that every show gives you, but it's just a really good, big atmosphere. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm.
Yeah, man, that's the best part of the Lego shows.
10,000 people.
10,000 last year.
Yeah, the fans.
That's massive,
last
man.
Year,
that's
we had 10,000 last year.
Yeah. And do you have any insight on how? Okay. And do you have any insight on how it's tracking for this year? Like, because there's pre-sales, yeah.
Yeah, it's going well.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going well at the moment. We're tracking only slightly above where we were last year. But like with most events, 90% of your ticket sales are within the last 2 or 3 days before the event, as people go, "What are we doing this weekend?" So all our promotional side of things is really starting to kick off on Facebook and stuff like that, and must do Brisbane and everything. So the promotion, which is all handled by Johnny, who's a Dead Set legend, is going well. And as I said, tracking a little bit ahead of where we were last year. But my goal is to grow it to, I'd like to get 12 to 13,000 through the door in 2 days this year.
Okay.
That's huge, man. That's huge.
It's a good event for it.
So another reason to come up, Henry.
Absolutely. I'm sure you could get same return flight day tickets. Just come up for the day. Kids won't even know you've gone.
Oh, my wife will remind me, mate. Don't
We
worry.
actually had a small one-day pop-up show on Saturday in Brisbane for a multicultural festival, and we pushed BBX pretty hard. So we're hoping that there's quite a few familiar faces from that are going to come along too. So they were kind of impressed by what we have.
Sorry, I was just going to say, although we don't have any sold out sessions yet, they are starting to fill up.
Oh, it's great. That's what you want. So, yeah, 13,000 bigger than Brickworld Chicago. Really?
That'll be the biggest. Like, is that a bigger crowd than Brickvention? It is, isn't it? Like 13,000 over a weekend. It would be, wouldn't it?
Be pretty on par, I'd imagine.
I thought it would be.
Yeah, pretty
Huge.
on par. Yeah, it's Queenslanders, mate. They take their Lego seriously.
It's because there's nothing else to do, man.
Nothing else to do. We've got the best weather, the best beaches. Come on. If I drank beer, I'd say the best beer.
That's why all the Victorians are moving up here.
There you go. Brickworld Chicago had about 13,000 this year. Brickvention had a little bit less. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Then you could put the moniker of Australia's premier Lego event against BBX, man.
It's
everyone's
funny. When we
consoled.
first started, I thought maybe in 3 or 4 years' time we'd be compared, but to be compared first year in was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And at the end of the day, it's not about the title. It's all about the Lego and the spirit of it. And they're 24 hours apart in a drive, so we can all play nice. I mean, they're in Victoria. We won't hold that against them. So we've already got the upper hand. No, shout out to all our Victorian friends. We love yous down there.
I don't. No, you don't speak for me, Bilsy.
Oh, yeah, but you're from Sydney. You're supposed
There's only
to...
like 5 Victorians that I like. There's like 5 of them that I like. That's it.
And do they all live in Sydney now?
Yeah, they don't live there anymore.
Half of Queensland's from Victoria, and the other half's from New Zealand. So
That's GC for sure.
yeah, yeah. GC, it's the capital of New Zealand. So, anyone use the sound kit from Light My Bricks in their mocks? Just purchased one today. I didn't know they did a sound kit, Rebecca. So no, but let us know. Geordie will be able to help you out though. What else have we missed in the chat while we've been chatting all things BBX? Even a Queensland show is a bloody long trip for Jason. Yeah, from Longreach, of course. Sydney's closer, Henry.
Mate. Like I said, I can't do a show more than half an hour from my house.
Fair enough. Well, I've planned ahead for BBX this year and already got a hotel sorted as well. Whereas last year I booked my hotel on the Saturday morning of BBX because I thought I don't really want to drive all the way home. So I booked a hotel on the morning and
It's the best.
And first I got the date American, so I booked it for in a month's time instead of I think it was the 10th of October. I booked it for the 11th of November because I got the date and the month the wrong way around. And then we ended up in a old Formula One hotel, which literally you could touch all 4 walls without moving. And our double bed had a single bunk above it. So Jody and I woke up in the morning to Bilsy's feet hanging over the end of the bunk. And I'll tell you, that's not a sight you want to see.
Just his feet?
Just his feet. Yeah, just his feet. Man, there's some lucky feet. So this time we've booked a decent hotel within walking distance. So hopefully we can leave the car there all weekend and just walk to and from and should be sweet.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, looking forward to it. Grizzly is in Winder. Is that the one next door? I'm not in the one next door. That was out of my budget. I spent too much money on Lego. I'm like a block away though, so I'm not far. I'm crashing out in Bracken Ridge. It's not too far. It's closer than the Gold Coast anyway. So, but it is is it the Royal? What's the ground called, Troy?
RNA? Is it RNA?
RNA. Where the Ekka is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You got the main arena on one side of the road of Gregory Terrace, and the exhibition building's on the other side of the road.
That's right. Yeah, and it's a big building that we're in. So
4,600 square meters of floor area.
yeah, wow, a lot of tables. So where Matt Damon was the other week, yeah, he'll probably be back in 2 weeks too. So if you're thinking about coming to BBX and you want to spot Matt Damon, that's a good place to maybe do it. So he only lives down the road at the moment in Byron for the summer. Found some cheap flights to Toowoomba. Will there be show shuttle from Toowoomba and back? No, Critter, that's like asking if there'd be a shuttle from Goulburn and back. It's a little bit of a hike. No, but you could. I'm sure you could get like a bus or a horse and cart or something from Toowoomba down the hill. So
You get an Uber.
Get an Uber, yeah. It'll probably cost a little bit less than getting one from Canberra, but Critter, I'll be in Canberra on Friday too, by the way. Toowoomba International Airport. That's a joke, isn't it? They don't have an international airport.
Yeah, they do.
Do they really?
Back at Toowoomba.
What counts as international? New Zealand, maybe. I don't know who would fly. Or is it a backup maybe for Brisbane?
I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, I don't know either. Can you ask Troy my question? Oh, where was your question, Claire? Sorry, I'm not usually trusted with the chat. Let's find it. Oh, how long ago was it? Wow, how rude am I? Claire, can I ask Troy, on our application, we were asked to select a bump in time. Will that time be confirmed closer to Friday? 3 question marks.
Well, your bump in time is when you basically told me you were going to be there. The bump in time is just an indication for myself and the other committee members so we can gauge when it's going to be busy and when it's not. Basically, we're working on a FIFO system, so first in, first out. So when you turn up at the car park, you'll join a queue. As a spot becomes available, we'll radio down to the attendant, and they'll send the next car up, and you unload your stuff, and then off you go. So it's just a rotating system. But the reason I said about selecting the bump in time, as I said, was just a gauge to know. Like, say, for instance, we've got half of the people we're going to turn up in one session. I could send an email out and say, hey, guys, this session's going to be really, really busy. Can we maybe switch a few around and stuff like that? So the people who are coming in to help us set up the room, they're at the front of the queue because they've given up their time to help us set up the room. And then everyone just joins the queue as they arrive from there.
Okay, that makes sense. So if Troy, if someone's given you a bump in time of say 4 o'clock and they've realised that they're now not going to finish work till 6 o'clock, should they let you know in advance or should they just join that 6 o'clock queue?
No, by the time 4, 5, 6 o'clock rolls around, most of the people have already bumped in. So the morning is definitely when it's busier. Yep. So if someone gets held up or something like that, it's not so much of a drama. The only thing we have done this year is we've put a window, I think it's from 12 to 1 or something like that, where we're going to actually take a break and give ourselves a bit of lunch this year, because last time we didn't do that and we were on the go from pretty much 7 in the morning till 9 at night.
Wow. And then have 2 days of display to follow that up with.
Correct, yeah. And then particularly for us, we've got an hour of travel each way as well on top of that. So this year we said, no, we're actually going to have a break for us to have a rest for a few minutes and have a bite to eat, and then we bump in. That's why in the bump in times, there's the 11 to 12 session, I think, and then 12 to 1 or something like that. And then there's a break of an hour, and then continues on from there. So at least it gives us a chance to have a bite to eat.
Yeah. Okay. So the times chosen, people should try and stick to close to that as best they can to keep that organised.
Yeah, if you chose the 11 to 12, there's no guarantee you'll get in between 11 and 12. It's as I said, it was just an indication of when we can expect everyone to be turning up, so I can get a feel rather than not knowing, and then we get 50 cars turn up in that 1 hour, and everyone's sort of really chock-a-block full. So, as I said, it was just in the indication time. So, the main thing is that if you're helping us set up the room, you're at the front of the queue, and then everyone joins the queue at the back of that as they arrive.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just noticed that Mr. Waller's in the chat, and he said, "Hey, I know that guy." So,
Yes.
hey, Brent, how are you? They, for those that don't know, I don't have photos because Bilsy's not here, but we went to the Australian premiere of the new Ninja Turtle movie yesterday. Myself and Brent and Bilsy, and one of my kids, and it was actually really good. Yeah, it was different. I can see a lot of things I liked about it. A couple of things not so much, but I can see a whole new wave or a whole new generation of Turtle fans from this movie. Unlike the last two movies that we were given.
I didn't mind the last two movies, man.
They weren't too bad, but I don't think they were the marketing success that they wanted. Whereas I think this one, the way they've done the artwork, the graphics, the storyline, if you liked any of the Miles Morales Spider-Mans, you're going to love Turtles. So, but anyway, that aside, yeah. So Brent and Bilsy and I went and checked that out yesterday, and that was pretty cool. So that comes out in 2 weeks. And Grizz, our man on the Google, of course, has put in the chat a couple of times the links to the Bruce Bricks BBX event. So click on that link and you'll find everything you want to know, and also how to get your tickets as well. It's half an hour past Henry's house, so there'll be plenty of tickets available. He's not hogging one. I did notice that Critter said you committed to Canberra, though, Henry, and that's about 2.5 hours from your place.
Did I, Critter?
So,
I think Michael's going to drive, mate.
Fair enough. You've done Canberra before. We've hung out at Canberra a few times.
Yeah, Canberra was fun, man.
Yeah, I'll be doing Canberra this year. I'll be recycling my BBX display, though. I'm not going to lie; they get it first, and then Canberra will get it second. So, but we probably should have a look at some mocks and displays and sets. There's some sets coming out on Friday actually for September 1st, so we'll have a look at some of those. Some good ones and some not so good ones. I'll just see if I can share my screen, because we had a little pop-up show on Saturday, as I said, for a multicultural festival. And can you guys see
what is multicultural about Queensland, Bilza?
Well, there's plenty of cultures and nationalities up here, Henry. There's plenty of your cousins.
There's plenty of New Zealanders, and there's plenty of
Anyway, so we had a one day pop up. Can you see there the BBX that I did on top of a blank TV behind us? Awesome. That was out of brochures. So these were just a few of the displays that we had on a one day show up in Newmarket near the city. There's Grizzly's display there, all things space. I'm pretty sure Snow Lane will be frothing over that, all the space stuff. And of course an awesome D&D display from Glenn as well, another Brick and AFOL that's often in the chat. I'm not sure if he's in there tonight. If you are, shout out to Glenn. This was an awesome display, very popular. A playable soccer from a few years ago from the sports set. This was from one of our younger members who quite regularly displays. I think he's displaying at BBX as well. Young Christian O'Neill. So this was a playable soccer game that was quite popular with all the clone troopers there. They were my Turtles again. Oh, we're back to the start. Okay, so I don't have that many photos, but that's they're the ones that I took on Saturday of our little pop-up show. And we will also have a look
I'll throw in a huge thank you for promoting that too.
Oh, it's no, it was a pleasure. We it's all about supporting the community and helping the Lego grow, really. Like, my motto is anything that shows kids they can be creative without an iPad is a win. So it's seeing their faces on what we can do with Lego just blows their mind away. So it was good. Happy to cross promote, especially so close to PBX. So
certainly appreciated it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. What's on? Oh, okay. So for those in the chat, Chris has put a link to the Multicultural Festival as well if you want to see more photos of the day. And just catching back up on found out that Coomera is referred to as Little Auckland. It is. It's the West Island of New Zealand. It's full of chili bins and jandals. That's why I didn't buy there. Oh, here we go. Let me share my screen again. Sorry for my unorganization. Grizzly's just sent me some more photos, so we'll just jump in and have a look at those. So there's one of our members, Jeremy, and his Ewok display, and also a close up of that BBX out of flyers on that screen as well. The Joe's Red Bull display. Oh, there you go, Troy. That one just for you.
Thank you.
Harrison's display, of course. And then back to the soccer and the Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, our mate Ken and the bluey artwork or finger painting. And Grizzly's space stuff as well, just for Snowlander. So yes, that was our pop-up show. Get in preparation for BBX. To be fair, the stream is running more smoothly than when Bilsy runs it. Oh, fair enough. I'm not. No comment. Bilsy, your Donny needs glasses and headphones now. Donny did have glasses. Did you not see? He had. He did have glasses. Let's see if I can show you. Oh, no, you can't see in that photo. He does have glasses, though. He's on the floor on the other side of my table. I could grab him. He has glasses made out of magnifying glasses from Harry Potter, one on each side, that make perfect glasses. I'm just going to show you a mock as well that Bilsy left with me, actually, that we were going to look at tonight, because Monday night, as you know, is mock night. And this is one that he chose for the week. I, of course, didn't, because I never do. So this one here, Summer Memories. This was Bilsy's pick for the week.
Cute.
I think it's actually really, really cool, with and without the background. There's something about penguins and turtles, though, that are just like adorable. You can't not like them. It's like Happy Feet, isn't it? It's actually a sick little ghetto blaster there, brick built.
Yeah, that's mad.
Ghetto blaster. I like the way they've done the palm trees and the sunset too.
I like the fins. The way they've done their fins is very cool.
That is cool. Actually, and the brick built umbrella is quite challenging too.
Maybe for you, Bills.
Definitely for me. Actually, the letters are quite smooth too. No, well done. I like that. That's well picked, Bilsy. That's of course our mock of the week.
I love how he sent that to you. Not like knowing him, he had every intention of coming on the stream and doing the show, and then Mrs. Bilsy's probably just gone, "It's my birthday, Bilsy. Are you kidding me? You going on the stream with those two blokes? Are you kidding me?" And then he's just gone.
Yeah.
Guess what, Bilsy? It's my wife's birthday tonight too, but guess where I am? Right here.
Yeah, because that's commitment, bro. That's commitment. Tonight we're mocking Bilsy. That's right. Bilsy is our mock of the week. Absolutely. Snowlana loves finger painting. She's bringing Brent is bringing his finger painting to BBX. Too bad Henry won't be there so he can see the disappointment on his face in person. Finger painting memes. Tonight we're mocking Bilsy. No, yeah, he's on family duty tonight, so that's why the stream is running smooth, and that's why, of course, the awesome Troy has joined us to talk about BBX. So, if you do have any last minute BBX questions, chuck them in the chat, because if he can help, he will, and if he can't, he'll get back to you. But there are answers to every question, so shoot away.
There's a good question in there from Claire. Troy, can you update us with what is happening for Saturday night on AFOL night?
Yeah, Henry's not coming to it. That's what's happening.
Who's getting their kid off, Bilza? You?
You don't want to see that, trust me.
The social night, it's for me, I classify the social night as a very casual night, as a catch-up night. Means all the exhibitors can catch up with each other while the crowds aren't around. We have a feed. We do some raffles and some little games and bits and pieces. But it's organised, but it's casual organised. We also do the award things for the different competitions and the different skill levels and stuff like that. So we have all the presentations and the usual thank you speeches and all that sort of stuff that are all encompassing with that sort of night.
Critter's asking, will there be strippers?
No.
That's at the after party after the social night, and it depends where you go for that one. So, but actually, there was a really, really good question in there, Troy, from Helena. Is there a sensory space or time at BBX?
Yes, on the Sunday morning, the first session that we do is a sensory and autism session. It's actually my favourite session of the whole weekend. So what we do is it's limited for numbers, so it's not a packed room like it is for pretty much every other session. We have also we ask all the exhibitors to turn any flashing lights and bits and pieces off that are on their exhibits, so we don't get any sensory overloads. But yeah, there is definitely that first session on the Sunday morning is for the sensory and autism session.
Excellent. I can see that we had Bilsy in the chat. I don't know if he's still there or he was said just popping in really quickly, and glad we haven't been cancelled yet. If you are still there, Bilsy, the ratings are going through the roof. Like you would not believe the numbers in there right now. It's we need to do this every week. Must be the Troy effect because numbers are going up, Bilsy. See ya. So welcome to the Bilza and Henry show. We'll be back next Monday. This is our new Monday night lineup. All right, let's. There's one more thing we're going to touch on briefly as well before we get back into any other BBX stuff. Is the Lego releases for the 1st of September. Let's have a look at some of those. My mouth is quicker than my clicking, but hopefully we've got those on screen at the moment. That's just a generic Google search because I ain't no grizz. But some of the sets there, this horrible Wookiee that is failing to load, is coming out Friday. Oh, here we go.
You know what would have been with him? You know what would have been good as an accessory?
Yeah.
An Ewok.
I reckon an Ewok would have been popular too.
Chuck in the Ewok.
Yeah. Oh, this gunship is popular for the Ahsoka fig there. I don't know if I said that right, but I've been reading a lot about her and that fig over the last few weeks. I think a lot of people are looking forward to that set.
I reckon you're playing with fire, buying the Chewbacca purely for the fact that I reckon if you had that on your desk and it hit, an hour of sunlight every day, that's going to disintegrate in about a year.
Yeah, probably.
The question is, would you actually stick it on your desk?
No. I'd drop it in the toilet. Flush it.
It's a shocker.
I think it's
Chewbacca looks cursed.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so this is a better feed of what's coming in September. So, of course, all the advent calendars are going to slowly hit the shelves as well. I think we've got 5 this year. Friends, Star Wars, City, Avengers, and Harry Potter. So 5 different advent calendars again this year. There's, of course, the Wookiee with the really kind of messed up head.
I think his proportions are off. I just think his proportions are off. That's what's putting me off, I reckon. His head's fine, I guess.
Look, I've actually seen it built, and it doesn't look. It looks so much better than the box art. It's still not perfect by any means, but brick built, it does make more sense when you see it built. So yeah, maybe some tweaking. We might be able to fix it. What's that? The Gringotts Bank as well. That comes out as well. And there's an awesome GWP. I think the images have been released for that now too. Maybe not officially, but there's a GWP coming for that, which is the safe that goes down underneath. But this one we've spoken about in the past. It's going to be an interesting display set because it's very difficult to display like that, especially if you've got the rest of what's the little market street in Harry Potter called?
Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley, that's it. So if you display the top half with the rest of your Diagon Alley, what the hell do you do with this Indiana Jones bit down
that
here?
goes in, man. That goes into your Cavill Avenue mock, 100%.
Yeah,
come right in, boys. Come right in.
Probably, but I'm sure there's a few Harry Potter nerds excited for that. Friends Holiday Adventure, Igloo Holiday Adventure. This is an interesting one because it's reusing those elements that were out of the Botanical Friends set that we just had, where they gave us half a building. This potentially could have been a cheaper way to finish your building by buying the other 2 pieces. But this is an interesting Friends set as well, sticking with the ice theme. And then into Star Wars, the Ghost and Phantom 2 double up. And the camera. It's amazing what ones you know are coming, but you forget the actual date until you see it. So the Disney camera as well. I think there's a few people going to be excited for that.
That looks cool. It looks cool.
Just catching up on the chat if I've missed anything there. Sorry. I can only see one screen at the time right now. BBX stands for Brick Built Extreme. There's going to be some pretty extreme builds there. So look, you should jump on a plane, Critter, and pick Henry up on your way up and head up. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Critter sounds like he just needs a boys' night out.
Yeah, he'd fit in with you and Michael well, I think.
I just sent. I just thought, just when you mentioned Harry Potter, I just put something in our chat.
Yep.
Share it afterwards. It's pretty funny. It's like this AI generated Harry Potter party of like all the Harry Potter characters getting on it.
Yeah. Hogwarts Castle on ground. Is that another Hogwarts Castle?
That's cool.
It is cool. It's good scale too. It looks like it's affordable. I know the next one that you're going to be excited for, Henry.
Oh, bro, I'm hanging for that. The Concorde. It looks amazing. Like,
oh, it comes out 2 days before Father's Day.
yeah.
If it hits the shelves on time, that could be a goer.
What's the Australian price for that? What's the Australian retail price for that?
$2.99.
That's actually pretty good, man.
Probably not too bad for what it is because it's got a decent, isn't it like 1.2 meters or something? It's got a decent.
Yeah, man, it's huge.
Yeah. It's probably not too bad for $2.99. September 7, the Concorde, September 7. VIP is September 4th, day after Father's Day. What? That's a stupid move, Lego. Why would you do it the day after Father's Day? Anyway, and the Spider-Man art set as well. This is cool, the 3D art, I guess. I can see a lot of people going after this one. And this one had a good price point too. 125 Australian. I don't think that's too bad for what it is. It's definitely one that I'll be looking at picking up. And of course, the scaled down version of the insects as well. It was an ideas set with 5 for those that remember, and is now a set with 3. But I think they've done quite well, especially with the wings on the butterfly.
It's cool.
Yeah, I think this one for botanical collectors will be quite popular because it'll go with some of those botanical sets well. And Braille bricks, of course, are coming. These, I think, are definitely a category of their own. I think they're going to be quite popular, and also I think they're going to be necessary. I say good on Lego for giving this a crack. And looking at some of the Braille pieces as well, I think from a mocking point of view, some of these, the way the studs are aligned, could potentially have a lot of good uses. Aside from what they're meant for, where those studs line up could potentially bring some new and exciting ways to build. And of course, brickheads. We've got
that looks terrible, man. That looks like seriously like Sonic is on crack.
It does. I completely agree. I don't like Sonic. Tails, I think, looks really good, but I don't like.
That
Sonic.
Actually looks like a Chinese knockoff.
It does. It really does. I think Lego really need to go to Longreach and learn how to do a brickhead. Because Jason could show them how to do a Sonic much better. But yeah, there's no Tails in this. There is a Tails as well. There's 2 Sonic brickheads coming out, Sonic and Tails, and I think Tails they got right, Sonic they didn't. And of course another unnecessary aeroplane. Lego seem to be going back into that category. I think from a mockers, AFOL's point of view, not really a lot of use. For kids' point of view, I think they're always popular because you can swooshability them around the room and throw them at your brother and stuff. And of course the Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight set as well.
That's about the figs, right? That's all about the figs.
It is about the figs. Previously, you could only get Tinkerbell in the Disney Castle. So it's definitely about the figs. We haven't had a Wendy before either. And Peter, of course, we had as a CMF in Disney Series 1. I'm a collector of all things Disney, especially Lego, but to this I have no interest based on the price point. I just think this is an unnecessary set. There's no price listed there, but it's 65 Canadian, $50 US, so it's probably about $89, which is an absolute rip. I think it should be
That's
a GWP.
huge, man. That's huge for that.
It is. It is. It should be a GWP. There's some cool pieces in there. Don't get me wrong, and it does have 3 licensed figs, but
Wendy's new too, right? Like you've never gotten a Wendy before.
Wendy is new. Yeah, we haven't had Wendy before. She is new, and it's the second version of Tink. And I couldn't tell you if it's the same or different Peter to the CMF. I'd imagine it's a different Peter to the CMF.
The legs are different, I think. I think the legs are different.
Yeah, okay. But it would have been good to see Captain Hook in there as well, even if he was a micro fig that they're flying away from or something. But I guess it's all about Pete and Wendy. But yeah, that's a pass for me. But I can see a lot of Disney nuts will be wanting that. And then Friends again with the ski slopes, sticking with that snow theme, seems to be popular within the Friends, and goes with the previous one we saw of the igloo. So it's good to see when they do something new that they do a couple of different sets of it. This is, of course, the Harry Potter Advent Calendar. We went through these a few weeks ago. And I think last year Harry Potter and Marvel were the ones that didn't overly sell out. Star Wars is always your first sellout. Marvel this year, however, does have an Iron Man in it. So for Iron Man collectors, there will be a new Iron Man suit. And of course, Spidey in the Christmas jumper this year as well. So Marvel one doesn't look too bad. And our CMFs, I think, are a little bit later. We don't get them 1st of September. I think ours are a little bit later in September. But that seems to be a theme with CMFs that we're a week or two behind other countries. And then some Christmas sets as well.
Looks like Mr. Hanky from South Park.
I was thinking that as well, but I wasn't going to go there.
You were thinking that. You were thinking that.
Totally.
Sing the song, Bilsy. Sing the song.
I know. And there, of course, is our Star Wars Advent Calendar. So this one, for me, is a definite. I've get them all. Great to see an Ewok in there, and it's pretty figure heavy as well. So even if one's a droid, it's pretty figure heavy. So Star Wars calendar, that will be your sellout calendar of the year again. So if you see that in store, grab it. That's pretty well all our September 1 releases Friday, as long as they hit the shelves on time. Don't forget, Dreamworld is the place to go. They are an avid fan and sponsor of our show, and we love the store there. It's a fantastic store. So don't forget Dreamworld Online. They will have all your September 1st releases. Now, bear with me one sec. I'm just going to have a quick look back through the chat and see if I've missed anything while I was looking at that screen. Any other questions you want to shoot BBX related while the BBX guru is with us, then chuck them up in the chat. See if we can get them answered. And then anything else, Troy, that you want to cover for BBX that we may not have, or just remind us again when, where?
Well, obviously, when is next weekend, which is the 9th and 10th of September. Bump-in's obviously on the 8th. The RNA Showgrounds in the exhibition building is where it's at in Gregory Terrace. They're the key details. Then from there we get into minor details. I will be sending an email out. Not sure if I'll get it done this weekend, but if not, early next week. I was there on an on-site meeting yesterday and I took a couple of photos of the actual car park entrance for people, so they can. I'll be sending that out so people, as they're coming down Gregory Terrace, you'll go past the building on your right hand side and down a bit further, and you'll see the entrance. But I'll send photos of the entrance so everyone can spot it. Pretty easy to find, but just in case. And then from there it's as I said, organised chaos. We get everyone in, we have a sensational show, and then everyone goes home.
Yeah, awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Actually, there's a really good reminder in there from Snow Laner. Don't forget to pack your high vis vest. It is a requirement, and if you don't have one, you can get one for next to nothing at Kmart.
Is that for the rave on the AFOL night? That's for the rave?
That's for the rave on the AFOL night, but it's also for bump in and bump out as well. So it covers all three things there.
I will clarify that you actually only need the high vis vest while you're in the actual loading zone area, like where you drive in. Last year I spent lots and lots of hours and lots of emails and on-site meetings to establish what we term a bump-in zone, which is where the vehicles are moving. While you're in the bump-in zone, you must have the high-vis vest on. Once you're outside that bump-in zone, which is obviously the rest of the building, you actually don't need to wear the high-vis. As I said, we had countless meetings and emails and that to establish that, because typically RNA classify the whole room as a work site when you're doing bump in and bump out, and then everyone in the room has to wear high vis. So we put a lot of work into establishing that. So while you're in that area, you only need to wear high vis. The club actually has a number of high vis vests. And all we do is as you're driving in, we hand you a high vis vest. If you don't have one, you obviously put it on, and as you're driving out, you hand it back. If you've got your own, obviously that makes it easier, but it's actually not a requirement.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, if you've got your own too, you don't have to borrow the sweaty, stinky community one. So you get to.
They are all washed, which is another reason to turn up early. You get the fresh ones.
Yeah, fair enough. And as for Dreamworld Snow Laner, message me and we'll see what we can work out. How about you, Henry? I haven't really asked you if you've got anything to share with us tonight. Sorry, I've been hogging it with BBX. I was so excited to have with us that I forgot all about you, my man. Not at
all, man. I'm just a bystander. I'm just a bystander in your beautiful aura, Bilsy. So it's all good, mate. It's all good.
Yeah, well, look, I certainly I am no Bilsy, so if I've missed you in the chat or I've missed something there, sorry about that. My tech is about as good as my grey hair, but I try and keep up. So, but that we are coming to an end of our Monday night. So, any last questions? Then chuck them in. I do want to thank Troy for taking the time to come in and join us. I know that he's a avid listener of the playback on the podcast, which you can too if you want to, or the stream. So this is the first time he's been able to join us, and I do appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to BBX in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you for having me.
So, lots of pictures, Bilsy. Lots of pictures.
Yes, we'll get lots of pictures to make you seriously jelly, so that you definitely put it in the calendar for 2024. And
I promise you I won't be.
Oh dear. In 2 weeks' time, it will be over already. Yeah, that's right. So Monday night in 2 weeks' time, we will be going through all the photos of BBX and making everyone that didn't get off their ass and come like Henry really, really jealous of everything you've missed. So
I might just surprise you, Bills. I might just surprise you out of nowhere.
I really hope you do. It'll be good. You can go in the bunk above the bed in the hotel instead of Bilsy this time.
Oh, mate, I've done worse, mate. Don't worry.
Yes, you will, Henry. Claire said you will definitely be up. Hey, you don't get to hang out with Claire if you don't come up. See, it's your lot. Anyway,
I love the Queenslanders, mate. I love the Queenslanders.
It's the place to be. Everyone moves here, so it's the place to be.
Tip with Bilsy. Oh, Brent.
Oh, yep. And on that note,
you can be the cream in the Oreo. Brent, go for it.
That's why Ninja Turtles was so, no. Anyway,
hey, Brent, I will get your answers to you too about your questions you messaged me today.
oh, there you go, Brent.
Don't worry about it. Put it at the bottom of the pile, Troy. You've got way better things to worry about than answering Brent Waller's questions. Don't worry about him.
There's a random question then there, Troy. Before we go, you may know the answer off the top of your head. Do you know where the furthest exhibitor is coming from for BBX this year?
Western Australia, Perth.
From Perth. Okay, cool. There you go. So furthest and Longreach is another one. That is pretty far. It's the 1800s. That's back in time. But
one from Western Australia. 5 from Victoria. 1 from ACT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 from New South Wales.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Very good. So it's definitely a national event, and it's in just 2 weeks' time. So that is us for a Monday night. Don't forget you can watch us on the playback. Bilsy never says subscribe, but don't be tight. Fucking subscribe. Press the button down below and subscribe. Watch us on the playback. Watch us on the podcast. Don't forget, we will be back Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. I don't know what we'll be building. It'll probably be BBX displays, but we'll be back on Wednesday night building. And, of course, again, next Monday when it's not Mrs. Bilsy's birthday. So he will be back and our stream numbers will go down. I do apologize in advance, but we will see you next Monday. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Of course, thanks, Henry. Thanks, Troy. And we'll catch up with you guys